I just want to do a little recap on some of the harassment that I have experienced in this building so far, apart from the ones that have come to my door. I called management before making this video, and the person that I spoke with was so pleasant that she kind of brightened my day a little bit. A very pleasant person to speak with. So props to her. She made me feel comfortable and heard, which I always appreciate. So I have a list here because I didn't want to forget certain things, because I do sometimes. I have a list of the experiences that I've experienced in this building, apart from my door, like I said. Um, so there was a security guard that doesn't work here anymore, but he told me that he wanted to have sex with me and have kids with me potentially. There was a painter, I don't know if they still have him here. He also wanted to have sex with me. There's a story behind that. Um, so I think I was coming from outside, and he was painting in an apartment, and the door was open, and I could see him, and I just wanted to ask him a question about the paint because I was thinking about painting my apartment myself, and I was wondering if they would um, give me some paint so I can do it. I didn't end up doing that, but he ended up asking me for some water because apparently he didn't have water in the apartment that he was painting. And so, me being nice, I said, okay. I kind of thought it was weird because I'm sure he could have gone somewhere else to get the water. But I ended up giving him the water. Then he tried to pick me up. I took his number, um, and then he told me that he ended up coming to my place for a little bit because I told him I don't mind chilling a little bit, But that's when he told me that he's interested in being with me sexually. Of course, I told him I wasn't in a rush for a relationship. I wasn't looking for a relationship, and I certainly don't want to just sleep with somebody. Thankfully, he didn't push it. Um, there was a guy once on the elevator who literally pushed his phone in my face, asking for my number. I didn't end up giving him my number, but there was another lady in the elevator. Thankfully, um, he despite me saying no a few times, he kept asking me and pushing his phone in my face, asking for my number. There was another guy in the elevator, a white young guy at the time. He looked like he was that was kind of recent, a few months ago. Um, he Most of these people, keep in mind, I don't know them. Well, all of them, I don't know them. Random people to me. Um, this guy, and some of them don't even live in the building too. So keep that in mind as well. This guy, it was like, he started trying to make a conversation, but I thought it was kind of strange at first. And of course, the whole conversation to me was kind of strange. But he was like, I can see his smile. I like his smile. I'm like, how can you see my smile? I'm wearing a mask. He's like, I can see it from your eyes. I'm like, okay. Um, next thing I know, he's telling me he wants to have kids with me and he can get me a job and this and that. I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't even know you. I don't know you. And what makes you think I'm desperate to have kids? Anyways, there was another guy, I believe that was before they put in the cameras. He was on the stairway with a friend of his I think it was just two of them. And this guy started talking to me and telling me how he would like to feel me. He even followed me to the elevator, holding the door open, telling me, like, well, he ended up asking me for a hug and just went in for the hug. I was so uncomfortable. And then he finally let the door go because the door was trying to close a couple of times. Thankfully, he finally let it go. I was so terrified. When I just moved in, there was a guy sitting outside of the building, and he ended up telling his friends that I'm going to be his girl. I don't even know this guy. Like I said, again, I just moved in. I just moved in. I don't think he realized I heard him, but I did. Or maybe he did. I don't know if he did or didn't know I heard him, but I overheard him saying that. There was a guy on my floor who, at first when I saw him, he seemed okay. I don't know how deep his mental issue was, but he seemed like he may have had issues. But he seemed like he was okay. But all of a sudden, he started rambling to himself and sometimes trying to say things to me, and I'm trying to ignore him because I'm uncomfortable. Eventually, I didn't see him anymore, thankfully. Um, there's another guy on my floor, a few doors down, who literally had a girlfriend, but he was telling me that he wanted me to be his woman. The audacity, right? The audacity. I'm saying the word right? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, how are you telling me you want me to be your girl and you have a woman? I'm not that type of girl. I'm not that type of girl. If you're married or you have a woman in your life, whether it's just a girlfriend, yeah, like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. Um, there was this married guy that was living right next door to me before the new one moved in. I actually helped that guy move out. I actually helped him move out, and he was always like doing things that I was uncomfortable with, like trying to kiss me on my lips and saying that it's tradition in his country. He actually cornered me a couple of times, and like pushing up his body against me. Um, and ridiculous me, I still continued helping him out of the goodness of my heart. He ended up um, forcing me to take a $20 here and there for my help, probably $40 altogether. I ended up helping him move and paint. He actually bought me lunch too, which I was grateful for. He actually had another friend helping him as well, but I was the main one helping him. His friend pretty much just helped him move, and then he was gone. But apparently his friend was kind of interested in me, but he was making his friend think that I was interested in him, even though he is the one coming on to me. Um, I wasn't interested in his friend anyway. This guy was smoking like a chimney. Nah, I don't do that. Especially cigarettes. I don't do weed either. But but yeah, I just I can't handle that. So one time I was at his place and he actually cooked lunch, and I believe it was before we ate lunch. He was telling me about, for some reason we were joking about things before, and then all of a sudden he started talking about his penis, and he was telling me that he was gonna show me. So I looked away. Thankfully, I don't even know if he pulled it out, but I looked away, and I'm like, "Let me know when you're done, please." I don't know if he actually did it. I hope he didn't, but yeah, I didn't see it because I looked away. the whole time. And then there was another time where he got a new mattress and he wanted me to feel it. I was kind of I was kind of like, no, what is it? Is it really necessary? But he kept trying to get me to do it. So so I sat down on the bed. Next thing I know, he's coming on top of me, pushing me down on the bed, and he's on top of me. I kept saying, "Can you please get off?" And he didn't. I had to say that a few times, and then I finally said that you're hurting me, and that's when he got off. I probably should have ended the friendship there, but I actually found another reason to end it because he made his friend think that, again, like he tried to make his friend think that I was interested in him, and I just had the feeling that he was probably also lying to his wife. So I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. I respect myself enough and I respect other women enough not to and even entertain cheating with you. So I gotta end it. And I know you're lying. Somebody. I can't handle trying to be friends with somebody who's gonna lie. I ended the friendship with him. There was a guy who was trying to follow me into the building, and I found out that he doesn't even live in the building because of another woman who um, intervened. Thankfully, there were other guys there, but she was the only one who actually said something. And like I said, she told me that, yeah, he doesn't live here, but he was trying to follow me in the building. I've had other guys who like to hang out outside the building who try to talk to me, and as well as in the lobby. I don't see them in the lobby so much after they removed the benches and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, but they still hang out outside of the building. Despite writing down most of the incidents, of course I forgot one. Anyways, I remember trying to be friends with this Chinese guy, and then one day we hung out. He asked me for a hug, and I went in to give him one. I wasn't really, to be honest, I thought it was kind of strange, so I didn't really want to hug him, but I ended up hugging him, and he tried sliding his hand down to my butt. I warned him that he was making me uncomfortable and that I found it disrespectful. I finished up giving him a hug and he tried it again. So, of course, I ended the friendship there. Anyways, that's it for now. I will be posting whenever I have something else to share.